I have a number of hammer guns. Well, I thought 2 are quite nice. They're not worth, they'll be good as wall hangers if anybody wants some. So I thought, well, let's de-act them, get the certificates and throw them in auction. If I get 80 quid, I'd be happy. At least I'm getting my money back. Not costing me anything to do them. All it needs is the proof exemption certificate, which is about £48. So if I can make 80 quid out of it, brilliant. Because that's the sort of money that hammer guns are going for, about £80 to £100 for de-acts. And I thought, well, at least it gives it to somebody else and gives it another life. So, there was a Krump, a K-R-U-P-P, a German, quite ornate, and a old Gibbs hammer gun, made on a pinfire action. It may have even been a converted pinfire, but it was centerfire now, but that was a nice looking gun. I thought, wow, let's pop them, let's de-act them, put them in auction and see what happens. And I also put in the AYA Yeoman and the AYA number 4. The AYA Yeoman came back to me. They can't sell them. They don't sell at auction anymore. Standard AYA Yeoman. I thought, well, everybody wants one. Just for going out and doing a bit of rabbiting or a bit of pigeon shooting. Well, never mind. But they took the AYA number 4. Now, the value, if you want to go and buy one from a gun shop, it's going to cost you between £250 and £400-ish. All according on condition. That's what the value of it is. At auction, they got the staggering amount of £30. £30 for an AYA number 4 box lock ejector. Unbelievable. Why? I'll go into that in a minute. Now we got the 2 hammer guns, the Gibbs. Now that looked nice when it was done. That raised £140. So the value of de-acts has gone up. And the German Krump got £160 at auction. So it was worth me doing. It was worth me de-acting it so that somebody else could love it. But now why have the values of shotguns gone down so dramatically? I have a theory, and it's a number of things that have happened. We have the length of time it's taken for shotgun certificates to be renewed. We have police forces trying to restrict the number of shotguns that people can own. Avon and Somerset tell me that up to 6 guns, you just need a cabinet. Over 6 guns, you need an alarm system. Over 12 guns, you need a monitored alarm. Well, I'm alright, I'm an RFD, so I got a monitored alarm anyway. But that's not the law. The law just says it's got to be secure. So they're forcing this on people, so people aren't buying more guns because they don't want to go out to the expense of getting an alarm system. So people are staying around 6 to 10 guns. And if they get an alarm system, it's just a cheap one from B&Q. So, that's the first thing. The second thing, money's tight. Things have become more expensive. We've got inflation. People aren't earning as much. They had the lockdown where they're still paying off loans for it. So people haven't got the spare cash. And the other reason, the big one, that I think is causing the decimation of the gun trade, is the threat of a lead ban. People do not want to buy guns if there's going to be a lead ban. They don't want to buy nice guns if there's going to be a lead ban. They don't mind buying cheap guns because they don't mind if it destroys the barrels, because they can throw it away and buy another cheap one. So we're finding that sables and Spanish box locks, even I know that I didn't get any money for the AIA one, but they will sell in the end, that people are buying those because they're cheap over and unders. Fab Arms Lambers, although some of the models you can't get the parts anymore, as long as they're working, they'll think they'll use them until they go, and then they'll buy another one, because they haven't got the money. And that's because of the threat of the lead ban. People aren't buying nice guns, because they don't want to put steel through it. So what's happening now is you've got a divide in the shooting community. You've got those that are forced to use steel because they cannot afford to buy bismuth or tungsten matrix. The posh people, I don't want to go into this class war thing, but let's just call them the posh people that got money. If they're paying £5,000 for a day's pheasant shooting, well, maybe £2,000 for a day's pheasant shooting if it's a small shoot, then they're not going to worry about paying £40 a box for a box of bismuth. Hello, if they got £4,000 to spend on a day's pheasant shooting, they got 40 quid to spend on a box of cartridges. But little old me and other shooters that haven't got the money to do that aren't going to be able to afford to buy the better guns and buy the bismuth. I couldn't afford to buy bismuth to go shooting. I couldn't justify it. I'm a big, as you know if you watch this channel, I'm a big pigeon shooting fan. Been pigeon shooting since I was 15. I wasn't very good at it to start with. It was crap, to be honest. But I tried my best. Then I met some people gamekeepers who were good decoyers. And then we went over to Wales, and a friend of mine met a pest controller in Wales called Wayne. Now, they called me, I became Ian the Gun because of going to Wales. My nickname around the Welsh mountains was, "Oh, Ian the Gun's here, pigeon shooting time." So the word would go around the farmers, "Ian the Gun's here." So Wayne was spraying rabbits because he did the pest control on the rabbits, and I was Ian the Gun. And we would go over to Wales and shoot pigeons. I'd take 250 cartridges. We would go out to the gun shop and buy another 250 halfway through the week. We were averaging over a week, not going to say we shot every day, but over the week we would average 100 birds a day. So I'd be shooting 600 birds a day if I'd been there for 6 days. And I might have had a day off and gone fishing or something. So we really did shoot some pigeons. Best pigeon day I had was 180. Best pigeon shooting between the team of us was 245. And that was 4 of us shooting. But what we do is, we had so many farms to shoot on, each one would take a farm, or if it was a big farm, 2 of us on it, and just keep the birds moving up and down the valley. And we had great days on crows. But I now hear that Wales have banned crow shooting. Well, corvid shooting, that's rooks and crows and jackdaws. If their numbers grow, just think of the devastation they're going to cause. They will have to bring it back in time, like they did with the magpies. They put magpies on the protected list, and in the end we had so many magpies they had to take it off and allow us to shoot them again. Anyway, I think that, let's get back to the lead ban. I think that the threat of the lead ban is the main cause of the demise of the gun trade. We need our shooting organisations to stand up to the plate and say, we do not want to lose lead. Lead is the best humane thing to kill animals. Bismuth is about 20% less effective than lead. Steel is about 30% less effective than lead. I've done the tests, I've proved it. You're not going to go out and do pigeon shooting with a high-performance wildfowling gun. You couldn't shoot 250 cartridges in a day. You'd have to be built like Jeff Capes to do it. So you'd have to use standard cartridges, and they are not good enough. In my view, it causes too many wounded birds. And just on, just on the humane side of it. We try and shoot birds as cleanly as we can, and we got the dog to pick them up if we get a runner. But why should we be given an inferior cartridge that's going to create more wounded birds? Crazy. And why? Because our shooting organisations can't defend lead. Well, they ought to get their fingers out. We've had the lead ammunition group, which has been defeated. They've looked at the science, it doesn't work. The best thing our shooting organisation do is to come out and say, we're going to defend lead. Then we can defend shooting, and then we can get on, sell guns, get people shooting, get more people into shooting. Anyway, that's my rant over for the gun trade. I'm back in my workshop, and we will do more videos. Bye bye for now.